Bosworth Field, 1485. England is divided. The War of the Roses has reached a pivotal moment. The fate of the English crown will be decided this day. Two men seek its prize. Henry Tudor, Earl of Richmond, if victorious, will become the first English monarch of the Tudor dynasty. His opponent, Richard III from the House of York, is fighting to save his kingdom and the Plantagenet dynasty. However, the presence of another army is on the field, for the Stanley family are here. Their allegiance is not clear, and will they intervene, and if so, for whom? For they have the power to turn defeat into victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. I just thought it'd be a great scenario to do in celebration of the mod's release to the public yesterday, which of course is great news, and I've linked the download files in the description, so be sure to get playing it if you haven't already, and be sure to email over your battle replays so I can check them out, and of course my email is also in the description. So let's do this. Okay then guys, this is it. So can Richard III reclaim the crown today, the crown of England, or will Henry Tudor seize power, seize it from him, and become the new king this day? And will the Stanley family stand there, do nothing, or will they intervene and aid Henry Tudor this day? We're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a quick look at the armies before the action begins. So taking a look at Haxo's units first, he's playing as Richard III and his army today. So we've got some very nice looking English nobles, the heavy shock cavalry and the men-at-arms, the also heavy shock cavalry unit there. Over here we've got some very capable foot men-at-arms. These guys are mightily impressive units. They stand strong, they hold the ground, and they cause significant amount of damage. So they hopefully will aid him today. And behind him, or behind them, we've got the foot knightly retinue. He's got a few units of these English king units. I think he's got them behind him, yeah, behind the other side as well. Yeah, so 2 lines, 1 foot men-at-arms and 1 line of foot knightly retinue. And then behind them we have the man himself, Richard III, the King of England. You can see there his crown, wearing it proudly this day. But will he be wearing it at the end of the battle? That's the question. And over here at his front line he's got a mixture of yeoman archers and the retinue longbowmen as well. You can see already they are beginning to fire. Their range is superb. So let's see what damage they can inflict on Henry Tudor's army. So looking at Lionhearts Army here, very similar, because obviously all the armies for this battle are the English, as you would expect, with it being an English civil war in effect. The War of the Roses. We've got again longbowmen in a very loose formation all the way across, and some archer sergeants as well for Lionheart. Again, foot men-at-arms. I think all his infantry units are foot men-at-arms. So again, let's see how they perform today. On the right flank, or left flank if you're looking this way, he's got 2 units of men-at-arms, the heavy shock cavalry. And then we'll look at William Stanley and Thomas Stanley's army, who I'm controlling obviously in a little bit, because you can see already the action is about to unfold. You can see here Lionheart is bringing across not only 2 units of men-at-arms, he's also bringing across Henry Tudor as well. He's going to engage in battle and lead from the front to try to counter Haxo's sort of flanking charge here. He's going to try and do a counter charge here himself, Lionheart. So you can see they're getting in their wedge formations ready to charge. They're going to sort of converge onto each other now, clashing together. And I think Henry Tudor's going to go around the back here, trying to get a rear charge on this unit of men-at-arms if he can. Here he goes, lining up now. The main fight of the infantry has not yet begun. This is the first clash of the day at Bosworth Field. Let's zoom in here. I love the look of these units. I think they have been updated with this mod. The new build has changed the look of them a little bit actually. Love the detail on the units. Very impressive indeed. And like as I thought, Henry Tudor coming from the rear, just sort of trotting in. He's not charging for this one. He's just having a gentle trot for this. Oh no, he's getting a charge in now. There we go. I thought he was just leisurely strolling into the clash there, but he's actually began to charge in at the last minute. and also these footmen-at-arms have been brought across to aid the cavalry of Henry Tudor. So yeah, it's very much back and forth at the moment. We don't know which way that's going to go, but over here the main line of Richard III's army has begun to push forward. The footmen-at-arms, can they inflict heavy amounts of damage here? And oh, look at this as well on the right flank. Richard III's cavalry have engaged Henry Tudor's cavalry on that left flank. So on the right flank. I keep getting my flanks mixed up here. Which way are we, left or right? It depends which way you're looking, doesn't it really? But I think Lionheart's cavalry weren't ready for that charge then. I think they were stationary when Haxo's cavalry came in then. So that wouldn't have been too good for Lionheart and Henry Tudor's army, but we'll see how it plays out in a second. So the main engagement has begun across the battlefield now. Footmen-at-arms against footmen-at-arms, and we're going to go into cinematic mode here. Zoom in. The very heavy armoured units here. The steel clashing together. It's a magnificent sight. But the victor is still to be decided. All the trees are on fire though. Makes it a little bit more chaotic, doesn't it, when the trees are on fire for no reason. It's an act of God, I tell you, an act of God. But which side is God on today? That's the question as well. But look at this, it looks like it could be on Henry Tudor's side, because there's been a little bit of routing already occurring from Richard III's army here. His footmen-at-arms have completely given up and retreated back. Oh, it looks like the Stanley family are beginning to march forward here. Thomas and William Stanley have seen the opportunity now and have seen a shift in the balance of power leaning towards Henry Tudor, and are thinking, hang on a second, we could have a winner here. So they're maybe now deciding that they're going to commit to aid Henry Tudor in his right, in his claim to the throne, essentially. So look at this, the balance of power is very much towards Henry Tudor now. Look at the numbers dropping very quickly. God, the loss of men is considerable to Richard III already. He's been the aggressor in this battle, but it looks like it's not paying off for him. Henry Tudor has stood by, held back, and it seems to have paid a dividend for him. And this is going to be very bad by the looks of things now, because the Stanleys are beginning to charge in. They've got a mixture of knightly retinue. I think they've got some footmen-at-arms as well. And oh my God, into the back of this unit of footlight retinue and English nobles. And that's not going to be good for them. The other, yeah, here we go. The English nobles, I thought there was some English nobles here. They are just preparing themselves to launch across the field now. Who's their target going to be? The infantry line are still coming across now to begin their approach. But the cavalry, oh, look at that, yeah, I thought so. One of the units has gone to attack the yeoman archers to try and take them out. This one's going to go into the rear of these footmen-at-arms. These are foot-knightly retinue. They're the footmen-at-arms over there. So they've recharged them. Again, devastating and will inflict a lot of damage. And I think this unit is going to go straight for Richard III. They are gunning him down, essentially. They are targeting him and are going for a charge. They are galloping across the field here. These English nobles. They have got one man in sight, and that is Richard III himself. And historically, I think it was the Stanleys who did kill Richard III in the battle, so it's quite apt that this is the case right now, that the Stanley cavalry are going to engage Richard III here. Can they kill him in battle? Will he survive, or will he be able to get away? Will he win? We're going to find out, because it's very, very back and forth at the moment. I think the upper hand is slightly towards Henry Tudor at the moment. Where is Richard III? Where is the English king? Because if he dies and that spreads across the army, they could be in a serious problem here. And it looks like they are surrounding him here. He's on his own. The Stanley cavalry are swarming around Richard III. He's on his own. Can he defend himself? Some more cavalry coming into aid in the attack against the king here. Zoom into him. I'm staying at this bit now because this is a significant part of the battle. It looks like some English footmen-at-arms have come in as well to support. Its Lionhearts units have come in. Oh God, as I say, if he dies and news spreads, that could be game over. And he's gone. He's gone. The king has been killed. Richard III has fallen. Good Lord, this could be the turning point. Henry Tudor could become King of England this day. Henry VII could be born, because it looks like Richard III's army is completely and utterly panicking. It's routing. The men are wavering. News is spreading. Confidence is rock bottom. And even these footmen at arms cannot hold on. Their king is dead. What is there left to fight for? Nothing. They'll be absolutely surrounded by Henry Tudor's army. The reinforcements of the Stanleys have just come at the right time. Fresh units to the battle. And it's too much. Richard III has fallen. His army are completely decimated. And they are now running the field, trying to save themselves, save what remains of them. Because there you go. It is a decisive victory for Henry Tudor. And it was a decisive Tudor victory historically as well. So it's again quite apt that the Stanley family, the Stanley cavalry, did take down Richard III in this battle today. And it was a decisive victory in the end, just like it was on the day in 1485 on the 22nd of August. So let's have a quick look at the replay statistics here. So deployed, we did have slightly more men combined, which again was the case. Numbers wise, historically, it was about 10,000 men for Richard III's army, and then combined together, Henry Tudor and the Stanleys had about 11,000 men. So that seems to be, a little kind of close to what it was on the day here as well. So yes, looking at our statistics here, my best performing units were the English nobles. They were able to swarm the field quite quickly and get the decisive kill, of course, on Richard III, which was the killer blow. So yeah, some nice statistics there. 150, 141. Other units weren't involved for that long, so obviously their kills are very low, as you can see there. Looking at Lionheart though, he was involved obviously with Henry Tudor from the very start, and as I thought, the footmen at arms have done the job today. There you can see 212, 210, 220, 169. So yeah, very, very good kill figures there, and just a great performance from all his units really. Very, very solid indeed. Haxo's units as Richard III, well, I think the footmen at arms are, it looks to be the case, they are much better holding the line, being defensive and standing their ground, because then they will inflict a high number of kills. If they're going to go offensive, it looks to be the case that they get absolutely butchered. Look at that, 7, 3, 13, so not as high in the numbers there at all. Maybe that could be a slight modification that could be done on the mod. Maybe it's a slight imbalance at the moment, but it seems to be, as I say, that the footmen at arms are much more capable when defending and holding the line. But anyway guys, that is the battle over and done with. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice special one today to celebrate the release of this mod, so you guys now can get your hands on it and start enjoying it as I've been doing over the last few months. And as I said to you in one of my previous videos, please do send over any battle replays you've got of this mod. It'd be fantastic to take a look at them and hopefully showcase them on my channel as well. So there you go guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, you know what to do. Please drop your like, and of course thank you so much for watching. But until next time, this is WarriorofSparta for now saying farewell.